All over in our culture, there are people in Hollywood or people teaching spirituality or religious things that are leading people in the wrong direction. In about 1980, the Lord called me to go to France as a missionary to plant churches, much to my surprise. France is actually a very unchurched country. Approximately 1.6% of French people are evangelicals. My wife and I were asked to work in the city of Lyon, often called Lyons, Lyons. And what surprised us, what caught our attention, was the number of people who would talk about their spiritual gifts and about their life involved in the supernatural realm, what we would call the occult, or that which is hidden, in other words, the demonic realm. I met a man who had formerly been a full-time astrologer and had come to Christ before I met him, and so it was interesting. He had been a believer for a period of time. He came to me and said, "Mark, I'm having some challenges. I have the impression of there's a weight on my chest at night that doesn't seem normal. I'm having really bad dreams consistently. When I'm awake, I have trouble with thoughts that just seem to overtake my mind and not go away. And at times I have the impression like I see a shadow or like maybe somebody else in my apartment, and you kind of look twice to make sure." But I had him go through some confessions and separating himself from these powers of darkness if they were there, renouncing them and telling them that he did not want them there and they were to leave in the name of Jesus Christ. And as he was busy confessing and commanding these things to leave, we noticed that in fact there was a change in him taking place. His face seemed lighter, he seemed more relaxed. You had the impression that something had been encountered and dealt with. We returned to the U.S. in 2002 after 20 years of church planting and evangelism. I assumed that my involvement in this whole realm of the realm of spiritual oppression was over. I was greatly surprised to find out that within perhaps 6 weeks of coming home, I began to receive lots of email, phone calls, and on occasion someone showing up at my house asking for help with spiritual oppression. I was totally caught off guard by this. I did not expect this to happen coming back to the States. It's interesting in terms of how people get involved in something like this. And there are, in fact, a number of factors. It's not you can't give a simple answer. At the end of the day, it is essential to know that Jesus is the good, great, and chief shepherd and caretaker of our souls.